Welcome to the Man in the Middle. I am your host, Bill West. Today we're going to be looking at some new books, or newish books. Where are they? Oh, behind me, the other way. Oh, okay. First book is brand new classic Dragonlance, Dungeons of Fate. A courageous heroine trapped in the distant past is determined to return to her own time without changing the shape of the world forever. As the New York Times best-selling Dragonlance series continues in this thrilling sequel to Dragons of Deceit. I have to get rid of these glasses. A clash of powerful magical forces sets off the Grey Gem of Gargath, sending Destina Rosethorn and her companions deeper into the past than she intended, to the age of Huma Dragonlance and the Third Dragon War. Now, with the device of time journeying shattered, they must find another way back to their own era before the Grey Gem irrevocably alters history and the Third Dragon War ends in defeat for the forces of good. While the battle rages on, Destina tries desperately to make amends and prevent disaster. Bracelet and Sturm encounter their heroes, Huma and Magius, and must reconcile the myths with the men. And Tesselhoff, shocked that the Knights of Solamnia have never heard of Dragonlances, sets out to find the famed weapons. But as the forces of the Dark Queen close in on the High Claris Tower, Destina's party must return to their own timeline together, or not at all. This is book 2, and I haven't read it. I haven't read the first one yet. I'm waiting for all 3 of the books to come out so I can read them all at once. So this I've read all of the Dragonlance books, up to date, pretty much, to back in the day, and I had a lot of Dragonlance books, before my divorce, and getting rid of them all. But I was a big Dragonlance fan. I really enjoyed their stuff. It's unfortunately too bad that I got rid of them when I did. Next book is by Charles E. Gannon, Endangered Species. Cain Riordan returns and faces his biggest challenge yet. Cain Riordan has faced many crises in his unintended career as diplomat, soldier, and first contact specialist, but none more challenging than the one he faces now. He and 12 of his crew are adrift in uncharted space, so far beyond Earth that the starfield is unrecognizable. And with the controls and computer destroyed, they have no way to calculate their position or call for rescue. Instead, trapped on a derelict alien ship, they have only 48 hours before decaying orbit causes it to burn up in the atmosphere of the strange planet beneath them. It's a silent and forbidding world of bleak deserts and turbulent seas without any signs of life and dominated by violent storms. But since the ship's lander is also useless, they've only got one way to reach the surface. Flimsy foam inflating cargo pods never intended for human use, let alone for emergency planetfall. And even if they live through the fiery planet from low orbit, they have almost no portable gear with which to survive an arid alien wilderness. However, those who make it to the surface discover the dangers they couldn't see from space are by far the most deadly. A variety of bizarre carnivorous species roam the barren waste, desperate for food. Their primary competition? Deeply evolved transgen humans that are as uncommunicative as they are primitive and ferocious. Even more ominous, the world's blasted cities have telltale signs which indicate their original masters were none other than humanity's most dangerous foe, the Couture. And worst of all, they may still be here. Looking forward to that. Really, really looking forward to that. Alright, next one is Star Wars Inquisitor, Rise of the Red Blade. I haven't been real happy with a bunch of Star Wars books lately. Most of the High Republic I haven't paid attention to, and but the Inquisitors have been interesting since Rebels, so I'll give it a shot. This is by Delilah S. Dawson, Charles Gannon wrote Endangered Species, and of course, Weis and Hickman wrote the Dragonlance book. Padawan Iskat Akaris, I hope that's right, has dedicated her life to traveling the galaxy alongside her master, learning the ways of the Force to become a good Jedi. Despite Iskat's dedication, peace and control have remained elusive, and with each setback, she feels her fellow Jedi grow more distrustful of her. Already uncertain about her future in the Order, Iskat faces tragedy when her master is killed and the Clone Wars engulf the galaxy in chaos. Now a general on the front lines, contributing to that chaos, she is often reminded, trust in your training, trust in the wisdom of the Council, trust in the Force. Yet as the shadows of doubt take hold, Iskat begins to ask questions that no Jedi is supposed to ask, questions about her own unknown past, questions the Jedi Masters would consider dangerous. As the years pass and the war endures, Iskat's faith in the Jedi wanes. If they would grant her more freedom, she is certain she could do more to protect the galaxy. If they would trust her with more knowledge, she could finally cast aside the shadows that have begun to consume her. When the Jedi Order finally fails, Iskat seizes the chance to forge a new path of her own. She embraces the salvation of Order 66. As an Inquisitor, Iskat finds the freedom she has always craved to question, to want, and with each strike of her red blade, Iskat moves closer to claiming her new destiny in the Force, whatever the cost. So, yeah, I always enjoy Star Wars books that get away from the main Skywalker uh, set family, but some of the stuff hasn't been all that great. So I'm looking forward to that. And this one by Howard Andrew Jones, Lord of a Shattered Land. I follow Bane Books on Facebook. I also Writer Dojo, and excuse me. They've been talking about this book often, so I went ahead and I haven't read a really good sword and sorcery book in a while, so I picked I love old Conan stuff. I heard this compared quite well to Conan, and so I went ahead and picked it up. The vast empire's greatest foe, a conquered people's last hope, his name is Hanuvar, and he will set his people free. The Dervan Empire has at last triumphed over Volanus, putting the great city to its torch, its treasures looted, its temples defiled, and fields sown with salt. What little remains of Volanus is scattered across the empire, its treasures plundered and its survivors sold into slavery. It is an absolute victory for the Dervans in every way but one. Hanuvar, last and greatest general of Volanus, still lives. He now travels the length of the Dervan Empire, which conquered his homeland, driven by a singular purpose, to find what remains of his people who were carried into slavery across the empire, and free them from subjugation by any means necessary. Against the might of a vast empire, he had only an aging sword arm, a lifetime of hard-won wisdom, and the greatest military mind in the world, set upon a single goal. No matter what the empire musters against him, no matter what man or monster stands in his way, from the empire's festering capital to its furthest outpost, Hanuvar would find his people, every last one of them, and he would set them free. It sounds really good. I'm looking forward to this one. I have to say, I pretty much look forward to all my books I buy, or I wouldn't buy them. Okay, this one I bought on a whim last night. I was never really a big blue, I think this is Jaime Reyes, Blue Beetle, star of the, character of the new Blue Beetle movie coming up. But I thought I'd give it a shot. It was $12, and comes with a poster. That's one of their. It's got good. It's interesting art. I don't know how old the. I didn't keep up with this run after Ted Cord, quit being the Blue Beetle. I was out of it. But I enjoy graphic novels, and $12. Yeah, I couldn't. Excuse me. I couldn't turn this down. So, Blue Beetle. Uh, this is Graduation Day, Walmart. So tie into the new movie. Last but not least, one of my Firefly. I love Firefly. If you've been following this channel, you know I love Firefly, and this is, I believe, this is advertised as the last book of the series. I don't know if it is or not, but it took them a long. It was They kept pushing the book further back and further back. So I don't know if there's going to be another one. But this is Coup de Grace, an original novel by Una McCormack. The much missed space western Firefly, produced with Joss Whedon as consulting editor, set during the TV series. Is this 3 different ones? Okay. Frontier Justice. The Serenity crew head to Yell City, one of the settlements on Able, a moon in the Rim. Their job, crack down the killers of a local lawyer shot dead in the streets by a local gang. Their client is Annie Roberts, the 18-year-old daughter of the murdered man. Lucky for them, Annie Roberts is more than capable of handling herself. Unlucky for them, the job is a lot more complicated than they first think. Annie's father is not just the victim of local gang violence, but the target of some powerful men. Taking down a local gang is one thing, but cleaning up a whole city? That's not a job for the Serenity crew. But when their ship is impounded, Mal and the crew find themselves trapped in Yell City. They realize they are already in deeper. Excuse me. Let's try this again. Taking down a local gang is one thing, but cleaning up a whole city? That's not a job for the Serenity crew. But when their ship is impounded, Mal and the crew find themselves trapped in Yell City. They realize they are already in deeper than they could have possibly ever imagined. Coup de grace. Firefly. I love Firefly. Like I said, this may be the last book in the series. If it is, it's been a good run. 9 books, 8 books, 9 books. Let's take a look real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8 books in the series. It's been a good run. Like I said, they kept pushing it back and pushing it back, but it's finally here. If you enjoy Firefly, your mileage may vary. Some of the books have been really good. Some of the books have been, it's what you get with tie-ins. I'm looking forward to this. Like I said, I look forward to all the books I get. So, but Firefly is one of my favorite universes. I can't wait to get into this one. All right, that's it for so far this month. I've read a lot more than this. Coming up this next week is going to be a review of the series, not Slip Runner. I should do a review on Slip Runner and Homeworld Lost, but I'm trying to think of the one. I hate when this happens. The older I get, the more my memory. Uplink Squadron. The last book just came out on and I haven't read it yet. I'm in the middle of a couple of other ones. I want to get those before, so I can concentrate on Step Runner. But it's been a great series so far. I can't wait to talk about it. But this is it for now. Ooh, that was a long video. Yeah, these are this is my latest book purchases. I hope you, if you, if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I have an action figure review coming up very soon, probably tomorrow. This is my third for today, so we're gonna sign off on this one. I do have quite a bit of action figures since my last review, so we'll talk about those. I'm Bill West. I am the man in the middle. Take care. We'll see you soon.